Representing the bay boat category, the NauticStar 251 Hybrid has an overall length of 25 feet 2 inches, a beam of 8 feet 6 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 350. Designed to easily navigate shallow inshore waters and handle a chop in the bay, she has a draft of 15 inches, a dead rise of 16 degrees, a dry weight of 3,650 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 75 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts.
Okay gang, we're on the NauticStar 251 Hybrid today. Now, this is clearly a really cool fishing boat, but Lori, your eyes lit up as soon as you walked down the dock. There's a lot more going on than fishing on this boat. What's it saying to you?
Get me to the sandbar. I know you guys want to fish, but listen, I'll give you your time. I want to take this to the sandbar, utilize these seats, coolers, the storage, there's a head. I am so ready to go play.
Lori, I tell you what, I'm glad I'm going to get my fishing in this morning, because I promise you, when I saw this boat come last night, I thought if Lori sees this, we're going to have 6 kids and a very fat dog that's going to be joining us at the sandbar, right?
Yes, sir. Let's go, you guys. I'm going to give you an hour to fish, and then you're taking me to the sandbar.
I looked at this boat and thought, this is kind of a sandbar, cruisy type of boat. And as we idled out through Manatee Pocket, I'm looking at the boat saying, this boat is really set up to fish. You know, part of my initial impression probably stems from the fact that the boat does have a lot of luxury looking trim on it, covered in sea deck, and it looks really trimmed out. But this is a serious fishing boat, and it's all business.
The secret to a great live well is circulation. You've got to have enough water flowing through, and you've got to have enough room for the bait to move around. Well, once again, NauticStar made the maximum use of space and built good wells.
So I saw the bait running. I knew I had to make a move. I literally jumped over the bow seating, got up onto the platform, started casting out, never felt unstable, plenty of room.
The NauticStar showed its versatility right off the bat. We ran offshore to catch bait. Lori was able to be up in the front working with that well. I was working on filling the well in the transom, and before you know it, we have plenty of bait to start today's fishing.
While Rick and Lori spent most of their time in the cockpit or up on the bow working live baits, I got to enjoy the shade at the helm underneath the oversized hardtop. Throughout the day, both fishing and navigating, especially at times of low sun, it was very easy to read the twin 12-inch displays on this unit due to the blacked out acrylic dash panel.
It's amazing how wide open the NauticStar seemed for a 25-foot boat. That's because the supports for the T-top are made out of D-tubing. That's tubing that actually comes in and integrates with the console. You could run from the bow to the stern with no obstruction, wide open deck.
So fishing today, you didn't see the stern seating. That's because it literally folded right back into the boat, which was great for fishing, opens up a platform, and then when you're done, you just pop it right back out. It actually lifted up and had storage underneath it. I thought, how great is this little storage compartment for everyday use when you're out on the water with masks and snorkels and just the little stuff that you need to get to a little bit quicker in your day.
Lori and I rode back on the bench in the back seat, could not have been more comfortable in a boat anywhere near that size. The sweet thing about the NauticStar is you can do so many things with it. That meant carrying a lot of rods. Boy, the undergunnel rod storage came in very, very handy. You've got rods in the rocket launcher behind the seat, you've got rods up in the T-top, and rods under the gunnel that we were able to grab to switch styles of fishing in seconds.
Now this 251 Hybrid was the kind of boat you commonly see rigged with a bow-mounted trolling motor. Now while this boat didn't have a trolling motor, I had absolutely no problem holding my position in about 5 knots of tide with anglers both on the bow and in the stern throwing baits at a seawall.
I'm a big fan of the bow layout on that boat because you've got so many different options. Being able to stand deck level, being able to stand up a little bit higher, or being able to stand up on what is a small casting platform. There's different applications for each height, and they've got all 3 of them covered.
In the 3 years I've been hosting Best Boat, I've spent a lot of time on the sandbar. Actually, more time than I had in my entire life prior to this. Now I'm getting used to it. It's actually really enjoyable, and this boat was ideally suited to run up on the beach and stop and eat a nice lunch. Very enjoyable.
Super easy setting up this table, literally 2 steps. All I had to do was pop the leg in and put the table on top, and we were set up for the day.
Yeah, you're combining the features that you'd find on a fishing boat with this luxury seating type of stuff. I mean, for example, you've got an insulated fish box underneath where I'm seated here. There's a rod locker underneath there to stow things. Actually, you're sitting on top of a Yeti cooler there. Another thing, you know, at the sandbar that I really am impressed with, and you see more of it, how about the forward boarding ladder on here? I mean, easy to get off. How hard is it for us to jump off and then scramble back up in the boat? not so much with this boat right here.
So lunch is over, time to clean up. That table was super easy to put up, super easy to take down. Again, 2 steps. Got it up, went right to the console and put it in its resting place, and we were ready to get back to our day.
Well, we didn't get to do much fishing, Lori, but we definitely saw what this boat's all about. What's your opinion here?
It was perfect for my family.
Well, here's the reason it'd be perfect, okay? For starters, you can get it in 15 inches of water, which you can't do with an offshore boat. That gets you to a lot of places you want to go in the Keys. You can carry plenty of live baits for you. You can run out to the humps in the evening to fish for tuna and mahi if you want to. There's an awful lot of things this boat will do well while you're very relaxed.
It's not just that, Rick. It was the storage for me on this boat. Everything I have for my kids, between fishing rods and snorkels, everything has a home.
If you're looking for a family boat that does a ton of different things, this NauticStar 251 Hybrid is going to be hard to pass up.